South African Airways says it's heading towards being a stable and sustainable national airline. Chief Executive Nico Bezuidenhout is currently updating the media on the progress of the airline's turnaround strategy.
Well, the airline embarked on a 90-day turnaround plan earlier this year in an effort to return the airline to profitability. Well, Diabo Seto is attending that briefing. Let's cross to her now on the line. Diabo, good afternoon. Nico Bezuidenhout, optimistic about the strategy. Do you get a sense on what is working with the plan?
Good afternoon, Devon. Well, you'll remember that by the end of March, this is when the 90-day action plan was officially completed. Yes, Nico Bezuidenhout says that the affected changes are expected to yield about 1.25 billion rand in earnings in the current financial year. If you remember correctly, in March, he had planned to renegotiate contracts with suppliers. He had also expected to build which was expected to yield about 91 million rand. He says all of these are still on track, and he says that the airline will continue to focus on the partnership. And the most interesting thing I found was that he spoke about how the SAA has found that there's a wide range of improvement opportunities that he has identified within the strategic plan. And he says these projected positive plans could see about another 2.5 billion rand in annualized earnings, and this is expected to significantly curb the losses and position the airline for future growth. So on that front, very encouraging indeed.
So we've seen some low oil prices through much of this year. I would think that SAA had benefited from that through its fuel procurement. What's the word on that front?
Absolutely. So they saw a reduction of around 14% compared to the same period last year. This was in part driven by lower oil prices. We know that oil prices have been around about $50 to $60 a barrel. This has been very good for the airline industry in general. However, he did caution that since it seems like these prices of oil are steadily climbing up, the minute they start to get to $70 a barrel, this is where they may once again feel a pinch as an airline. He was asked by some of my colleagues about if he foresees a guarantee being asked from the shareholder again, and he was very confident in saying that, look, we are not planning to ask for any more money from government, especially not for liquidity purposes. The reason, he says, it's unlikely to happen. If they will do it, it will probably be for solvency reasons. He also spoke about the headcount. Remember that in March they had planned to cut a number of staff members. He says they're trying to go very easy on that so that everyone is able to return to jobs or maintain their jobs for longer, and see things like your magazines in the airline, things like water and food and snacks, if they can start there first to see if they can't drive efficiencies there, and then only then, if they find that they can't do anything about it, perhaps they will go to headcount, but it's not a priority right now.
All right, so some details there on the cost-cutting measures at SAA. We'll get more details from Diabo Seto in our later bulletins.